What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jesse D123 back with another video, and in today's video we're going to show you guys the best cards to use for the Generations event. Drop a like if you guys are excited, man. If you guys have not clicked that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. We're on the road to 2K subs, man. If you guys don't see our number at 2K yet, please be the cool guy or girl that helps us get that much closer. I really appreciate it. Before we hop into today's video though, you guys know we got to give today's comment shout outs. Shout out to these 4 legends. Shout out to my boy Connor, Robbie, Evan, and Jets for being the first 4 people to comment on the YouTube video yesterday. If you guys want to be like those legends and get a comment shout out, all you guys have to do is be the first 4 people to comment on the YouTube videos. We upload every single day, so you guys have a chance every single day to get a comment shout out. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into today's video, the best players to use or the best cards to use for the Generations event. As you guys can see, the rules consist of this: Prospect Series, Rookie Series, Future Stars, and Veteran Series players. Players aged 21 and younger, players aged 35 and older, or common players. 3 inning games, and difficulty is on All-Star. We're getting a good amount of Future Stars cards for the rewards. We're getting our boy Ivan Herrera from the Cardinals, Jeter Downs from the Red Sox, and I believe his name is Asa Lacy from the Royals. He looks like a really good card. Can't wait to debut him. So let's get right into today's video. Like I said, the best cards to use. Now, I just want to throw this out here right now. If you guys have Future Stars Wander Franco, 99 milestone Rick Goose Gossage, any Future Stars cards, or the 99 Signature Series Dennis Eckersley, by all means throw those cards in your lineup. I don't have those cards on my team because I don't have those cards. So if you guys have any of those, Future Stars Wander, 99 Goose Gossage, any Future Stars card, or 99 Dennis Eckersley, by all means add those cards to your team. I'm going to show you guys. If you guys don't have those cards that I named, I'm going to show you guys the best team you guys can assemble. So let's start with the starting pitching. We have Tom Glabin. We are playing on All-Star, so hits per 9, you want to make sure that's as high as possible. But Tom Glabin is a very difficult pitcher to hit. He does have 93 hits per 9 with the 5-pitch repertoire. Should be really, really nice, and should be able to get your opponent out. Quinn Priester from the Future Stars from the Pirates. He has a 4-seam, curveball, changeup, sinker, slider. 4-seam at 97. He does not have an outlier, but he throws very, very hard. 94 hits per 9. And a lot of things with these pitchers, guys, you're going to notice sinkers and cutters are a must. And that's how I like to choose my pitchers, guys, okay? I'm pretty sure if you guys have been watching the best cards to use for the events, that you guys will follow the pattern. Next, we have Fernando Valencia, the rookie 93 overall. He has a screwball, 4-seam, curveball, and a circle change. His per 9 are very high because I have him the parallel 4. But the biggest thing about this card is he has a screwball, and the screwball has weird mechanics this year, so it's very, very effective. Next, how can we have a Future Stars card and not mention our boy Garrett Crochet? By far, probably one of the best pitchers in the game. His per 9 are very, very good. Sinker, slider, curveball, changeup, 4-seam, and he does have a weird windup. Next and the final person on the starting pitcher list is our boy Garrett Crochet. Now, this guy throws amazingly hard. He has an outlier, so that means he can top 102 mile an hour on his 4-seam on his 4-seam fastball. He also has a slider, changeup, and a 2-seam, and his per 9 are at 97, which is pretty good. And he's a left-handed pitcher. His windup's a little funky. Last year it was way more funkier, but this year they worked on it. Now we're gonna go on to the bullpen, guys. Now, I'm rocking with my boy Rob Dibble. I know his hits per 9 are very low, but Rob Dibble has a funky windup. He has a 4-seam slider, cutter, and he throws extremely hard, so you better be on your bullpen. Next, I'm rocking with my boy Kenley Jansen. Look at the hits per 9 and the strikeouts per 9. Cutter, slider, changeup, 2-seam. He's got a lot of movement with his pitches, and he does have 95 break, which helps that movement out a lot. Next, we're going to be rocking with my boy, the prospect Luis Gill. He has a 4-seam slider, changeup, but one thing about the 4-seam, guys, is he throws very, very hard. If you can locate this on the inside top part or the outside top part, very, very effective pitch to use. He throws very, very hard. How can I mention a freaking event team without an Aroldis Chapman? Me personally, guys, I use Chapman based on my opponent. If he uses Chapman, I'm going to use Chapman. If he doesn't use Chapman, I'm not going to use him. Now, if I do need to use a lefty and he's the only one in my bullpen, I'm going to use him. But how can I mention like a team without throwing Aroldis Chapman in there? Nothing else needs to be said about Aroldis Chapman. You need to get this card and make him on your team. Next, we're going to have our boy Jake Diekmann, the Veteran Series card, going for about 2,000 to 3,000 stubs. 125 hits per 9, which is maxed out. 4-seam slider, sinker. Very funky windup. He better be on your team as well. Now, this one is a little toss-up between you guys. I like this card a lot. Hits per 9 and strikeouts per 9 are pretty nice. 4-seam curveball, slider, very basic, but he's Billy Wagner. Billy Wagner's always been very, very good in these games, especially in the bullpen. Next, we're going to be moving on to my boy John Frankel, the 91 card. He has a 5-pitch repertoire as a reliever. His hits per 9 and strikeouts per 9 are A1. Break is 99. That's all that needs to be said about this card. Pretty much Fernando in the bullpen, but I think a little better. Finally, guys, we were rocking with the 99 Mo. Now, if you guys don't have the 99 Mo yet, get him. But if you guys cannot get him, use that 42 series card, Mariano Rivera, because he's very, very good. 5-pitch repertoire. Nothing else needs to be said about this guy. By far, probably the best closer in the game. Next, guys, we're going to start with our lineup. So we're going to start with catchers, guys. I'm using Posada. That's the guy I'm using. Pretty much probably everyone's going to be using Posada, if not Adley Rutschman or Keibert Ruiz. I think a lot of people are going to be rolling with the switch hitting catchers. I think that's the best move. On to next. First baseman, I'm rocking with my boy Joey Vado. You guys should have this card already, and he's solid on defending. Look at his stats against lefties and righties. He just kills the baseball, man. Joey Vado should be your first baseman. On to second base. Now, this is where it could be a toss-up. If you guys are still working on the monthly awards and need those tops now, hits, and total bases, you can rock with Jed Lowry. He's a solid choice overall. Better power hitting second baseman that we have for the event, and he's a switch hitter. But I'm going to rock with my boy Vidal Brujan just because last year's card was very, very good. I haven't really used this card too much, so I can't wait to use him, but this is the second baseman I'm rocking with. As far as third base, I'm rocking with my boy Justin Tenor because look at that contact versus both sides. Very, very high, almost about 100 on both. Defense is a little suspect, but that's just Justin Tenor in general. He's solid, though. Solid option. Moving on to short, we got our boy Jordan Groshans. Now, look at that. 100 contact against both sides. Power's looking nice. Defense is looking nice. But this is where you guys can throw in that Wander Franco if you guys do have that card as well. Moving on to left fielders, I have a Lou Brock. I probably have one of the best 3 outfielders you guys can have for this event. We have Lou Brock. Very solid contact against both sides. He can get the power done. He can hit some home runs for you guys. And his defense doesn't even need to be questioned. That 78 fielding with 86 reaction combined with the 99 speed, he's going to be catching up to everything. Out here in center field, we got our boy Jason Dominguez because we're very, very close to getting this man parallel 5. But this man catches everything as well. Very quick, very fast on his feet, and he pretty much, like I said, will catch everything as well. And then finally, we're rocking with my boy Joe Adell in right field. Same thing, guys. Joe Adell, defensive assassin, and look at his freaking hitting stats. Contact against both sides, power against both sides. Both sides just very, very solid and good, man. Now we're going to move on to our bench bats. We have Robinson Torinos, he is a catcher. Look at his stats against lefties. So if the opponent ever brings up a lefty, I'm bringing this guy in. Next, we're rocking with our boy Esteban Florial. Now look at his stats against righties. Very, very solid option. Could bring him off the bench. I'm not too familiar with his swing, but very excited to try that card out. Now we're rocking with our boy Miguel Cabrera on the bench as well. I mean, just look at the contact against both sides, the power against both sides as well. Doesn't even need, there's nothing else needs to be said. Next, we're rocking with our boy Robert Poussaint, I believe how I pronounce his name. I just have him on the bench because he's a switch hitter and he has a ton of speed. So if I ever need a nice pinch runner, he'll get the job done. And finally, how can we mention the team and not have Nelly Cruz on the bench? Nelly Cruz is by far probably one of the best bench bats you guys can have and the scariest to face because pretty much, man, he hits nukes. Don't start this guy. Make sure he's on your bench. And trust me, you will thank me later. But yeah, guys, so those are the best cards to use for the, what is this called? The Generations event. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been your boy, Jesse D123, and I'm out.